Hey, good morning, everybody, or almost noon. It's 11:27 here in my time zone. I hope everybody's doing good. This Monday is always just going to be Motivation Monday, so something positive. And I kind of woke up in not such a great positive mindset, so it's perfect day to talk about how to keep your brain flowing that way, because I don't know. I mean, I think most people know this, but naturally our brains are actually hardwired to go to the negative. It's kind of part of our protection, because way back before we evolved, we were on guard for anything that could possibly eat us and kill us. So then what has happened is our brain has taken that to to we're hardwired for negativity. One example would be, let's say you work for somebody else and you get your annual review, and your boss goes through all of these amazing things that you're doing, like you've done this great, you've done this great, you've done this great, and there's one area that he tells you that maybe you need, or she tells you maybe you need to a little more improvement on, a little more focus. Your brain will not hear anything that he said that was positive, and will only hear the one thing that actually just needed some improvement. He didn't say you sucked. He didn't say that you're fired, but your brain will instantly go to that. That is hardwired into our brain. And so we get to retrain our brain from way back when, like I said, when we were in survival mode and running from saber-toothed tigers, right? So we still need that safety mechanism, but not necessarily in our whole life, because we no longer live in caves. We no longer have to look up in the air to make sure that some pterodactyl isn't coming and snapping us up, right? We actually can rewire our brains to think more positive, to think that everything that happens to me is for me, versus that everything that's happening to me is awful, and why does my life suck like this? Because I don't know about you guys, but I've been in both of those mind frames, and more often than not, it always wants to go back to the negative. So it has to be something that you actively work on, and to retrain your brain, because it's scientifically proven that the reticular activating system in our brain, we actually have these little hardwired pathways where our brain thoughts go. And so we need to make new ones. We need to make more positive ones. So I thought the first Motivational Monday, we could talk about things that would help you be more positive. And while I'm doing that, I'm getting ready, because I'm leaving to run some errands. So I'm not going to talk about makeup or anything today, but if you have questions about anything I'm trying while I'm doing it, let me know. It is a Monday feeling for sure, and that's what we're going to talk about, Nicole. We are going to switch that Monday feeling. We're going to be excited that it's a Monday. We're going to wake up every Monday now and be excited, because we are in charge of how the rest of the week will go, even the rest of your day, even the rest of the hour. Like if you're having the crappiest day right now, we can actually flip it ourselves. And when I say we, I mean you or me, individually. We can actually flip that with the power of our own brains. So I just wanted to kind of go over a few things. And actually, living with a lot of negativity, because we all, like I said, our brains are hardwired to do that. It actually is super unhealthy for our body, mentally and physically. It has shown that higher stress levels can cause so many problems in women's health and in men's health. Higher stress levels also raise up your cortisol, which really, really throws off all of your hormone patterns. It can cause cancer. It can cause weight gain. It can cause diabetes. All kinds of things can happen, and negativity can just pour on into it. So that's why if you notice, like I have a friend, and I don't know if she's watching because it's kind of early for her, that actually had a stroke. And her doctors told her that they think the reason that her outcome was so well is that she had such a great positive mindset. She had to relearn how to talk. She had to relearn how to walk. She still is in a lot of pain from the nerves, which, is an ongoing thing for her. But she has such a positive mindset that things work differently for her. Had she not had that positive mindset, the outcome could have been worse. We could not even have her here. So it really is important to set that mindset for yourself, for your family, for your community, for anybody that you run into. You are in charge of how your brain affects you, and you are in charge of how you affect other people. So let's talk about a positive mindset. We want a positive mindset because it's proven that you'll have a better quality of life. It's proven that I have my notes because I want to not miss them. I guess I need to talk and do my makeup, or my husband's going to say, we got to get going. So it's better quality of life. It will give you higher energy levels. It's better physiologically and physically. Can't talk and put makeup on at the same time. I can do this. Fewer colds, faster recovery from injury and illness, lower rates of depression, better stress management, longer lifespan. Positive thinking isn't magic. It won't make all of your problems disappear, but it will make problems seem more manageable. And that's what we need to talk about. We need to start being problem solvers versus excuse makers. Okay. That's when we fall into our own excuses. That's when the negativity even gets to take over more. Okay. I have a team of women that I am responsible to bring them a positive outlook on our weekly meetings. It's my responsibility to do that, but it's also their responsibility to show up to want to receive it. So if I'm not in that positive mindset, how am I going to be able to share that with them? And so you kind of get to think about that in your whole entire life. Who are you affecting in front of you? Who is in front of you daily? Are you married? Do you have children? Do you have coworkers? Are you responsible for someone, like a child? So what are you feeding yourself mentally? That is also feeding the people around you. So let's talk about a few things that help me, that I hope can help you, because I've had a lot of, not so good stuff happen in the last few years. And I know that if I have not continually reset my thought patterns, because it's not a one-time thing, you have to continually remind yourself that things are happening for you and not to you, because life, let's just be real, like flat out honest about this, life cannot be so fun, right? But we can learn to navigate through those not so fun areas of our life to get back to where we want things to be. We are in total control of some of that, of our thinking. We're not in control of, if we get sick, or if we have cancer, or if we have, some tragic thing happen, but we are in control of how we're going to react to it and what will be best for us. So of course, positive self-talk is always the number one thing. And I know that it was huge. Like when I was a little kid, I remember seeing like people, like on, I think it was Saturday Night Live when positive self-talk started coming out in the 70s. They would, you'd look into a mirror and say, I'm beautiful, I'm da-da-da. To all honesty, it really does work. And it might seem silly, but it does work. So have you written down something that you want to manifest or to bring into creation, into your world, that's positive? And have you written it out in a present tense, like it's already happened? And is that something that you say every day? That could be part of your meditation, which is another thing I want to talk about bringing positive mindset into fruition for you, is meditating. And if you don't like the word meditating, prayer is also a type of meditation. So, are you, while you're in prayer with your creator, are you also being affirming? A prayer should always be affirming. It should be, being grateful. And that's where I want to start now about, Meg, if someone tells me I don't even know where to begin to even be positive about what's going on in my life. Well, and this will sound weird, but the number one thing you need to do is you need to find something that you're grateful for. And I know that when things are hard, it's hard to be grateful. But you know what? If you're sitting here watching this video, whether it's live or you're rewatching it and you need some support on finding something that you're grateful for, you're breathing, you're watching this video. So for some amazing, miraculous reason, you woke up today. You breathe in, you breathe out. There's your number one thing to be grateful for. Another thing to be grateful for is that now you know, because what you don't know, you can't change. Now you know that you are in the full power to change your mindset. It's all up to you. It's all up to you. It's not up to your husband. It's not up to your girlfriend. It's not up to your boss. It's up to you. You know, your boss can be the cruddiest person that you've ever worked for, but you can decide not to allow that into your space. So a gratitude journal is the first place that I would suggest that you start. You know, go to bed every night, write down 5 things that you were grateful for that night. Wake up every morning, reread those 5 things and write 5 things that you're grateful for at the very start of your morning, and keep that gratitude journal with you. And some days it might just be, I woke up today. I was able to tie my shoes. I liked my toast. It doesn't matter. The 5 things that you're grateful for, just write them down. Because what it's going to start doing, I'm like clapping, right? What it's going to start doing, it's going to start helping your brain start rewiring some paths that are positive, because we can wake up. I mean, it's cruddy outside, you guys. I could woke up and, oh my God, it's another rainy day. What am I gonna do today? I wanted to plant my flowers, blah, blah, blah. Instead, I get to wake up and be grateful. 1, that I woke up. 2, that now I don't really have to plant my flowers because my niece, you know, I'm like, I can be grateful for that. And 3, I can go buy a couple more flowers that I was thinking about doing because it's a great day to shop. So there's different ways that you can reset how your day starts. So I have a friend, and she's one of my mentors. And she always says that you can start a diet in the middle of a bag of potato chips. So you can start a positive mindset in the middle of the most horrific thing that's going on in your life right now. You can start. And it starts with gratitude, being grateful. Make a gratitude journal. In fact, I need a new one. You can decorate it up all you want. So you're going to practice gratitude. Practice gratitude. Think of people, moments, things that bring some kind of comfort or happiness and help you, you know, try to express that. Find some songs that you like, that, you know, be grateful for those and play them, because it will help remind your brain, oh yeah, I think positively now. Okay, so practice gratitude. Give unconditional love to yourself, just like your dogs and your cats do. Okay, learn how to love that way to yourself. So be grateful. Kelly Gregson, I just talked about you earlier on here. I didn't use your name, but I just did now. We were talking about positive mindset, and I was talking about how amazing you are, and that your doctor said that they know that part of your amazing recovery from your stroke was your positive mindset. So I just wanted to give you some love and appreciation, because you inspire me. So Kelly, I'm glad you're on, and good morning. And you're watching me from my YouTube channel. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you. And Nicole, I know you're watching from Facebook. I don't know which Facebook you're watching from, but I'm glad that you're on. So keeping a gratitude journal. And here's the thing, studies have found, so here's some, like, you know, study stuff. Studies have found that writing down the things that you're grateful for can improve your optimism and sense of well-being. You can do this by writing in a gratitude journal every day, jotting down a list of things you're grateful for on the days that you're having a hard time. I suggest doing it every day, every morning. Be grateful for something, okay? Try to find 5 things. Open yourself up to humor. Now, I know that people that know me are like, seriously, Meg, did you just make that up? Because I love to laugh. I love to be happy. No, I didn't make it up. It is in this little study. So studies have found that laughter lowers stress. It lowers anxiety and depression. It also it helps improve coping skills, your mood, and self-esteem. You know, sometimes, in fact, I've talked to, when I've had, because Kelly, that is on here, is my bestest friend, my confidant. She has been through some pretty big things with me. And, you know, besides my husband and my family, she knows almost everything. And there were times where I would just text her and say, you know, all I can do right now is laugh. And that's really true. It's like, are you going to cry? Which, you know, it's okay to cry. And I don't want to dismiss that. You need to get that out. It's okay to cry. But after the crying, because believe me or not, believe me, if you're trying not to cry, let it out, cry, because you will stop. Because I know sometimes people are scared to cry because they're scared that it's not going to stop. It's actually part of your healing process. But after the crying, sometimes all I could do was laugh. It's like, okay, because I could have gone another way and said, yep, here's my luck. Here it is. This is just what happens to me, right? Which I have done several times in my whole entire 54 years of life. I'm sure not when I was an infant, but, you know, because that's where our brain goes. Yeah, if something bad's going to happen, it's going to happen to me kind of thought, right? And I've thought that several times. But now I try, it's a practice to remind myself daily that things are happening to me. Things are not happening to me, they're happening for me. And I try to find why something might be happening for me. And maybe at that moment, I'm not going to be able to find why. So then I'm going to find 5 other things that I'm grateful for. So it's just the mindset. So be open to humor in all situations, especially the hard ones. Give yourself permission to laugh. It instantly lightens the mood and makes things seem a little less difficult. Even if you're not feeling it, pretending or forcing yourself to laugh actually can improve your mood and lower your stress level. Here's another big one that's really important. And I've had a lot of negativity coming at me from all over the place. And you really need to guard who you spend your time with. Spend time with positive people. Negativity and positivity have been shown to be contagious. So if you find yourself in a position where everything is that is negative going on right now, for your own self, you might want to reevaluate who you're hanging out with. And then also, are you the one that might be bringing in negativity? It is contagious. It will feed off of each other. And so maybe, you know, if these are people that are important to you and you don't want to cut them out, maybe your fun part of this can be to switch the conversations when they go to be negative. You know, it's a great way to do that. One of the best trainers in my business that I've ever heard speak, she's an amazing speaker. Well, I'd love to grow up and speak like her. Said one time that she told all of her friends that she's going to be only hanging around. She's only going to be positive. She's only going to be speak positive. If she speaks negative, she's going to rewind it out of her mouth, and take it back in, right? And she's only going to hang out with positive people. And she told all of her friends that, and her friends are like, are you gonna hang out with me? And she goes, are you positive? And sometimes putting that out there helps people realize what's coming out of their mouth. It's a natural thing. Remember when I started this video, we are naturally wired to be negative, naturally wired to hear the negative, naturally wired to pick up on the negative. It is contagious. But here's the fun thing. So is positivity. I had a friend and I, one time we were walking through an airport. This was years ago. And I said, hey, let's start a smile wave. And she's like, a smile wave? What are you talking about? I said, let's smile at every stinking person that's coming at us. And like crazy, smile. And let's see how many people smile back at you. It was so fun. And I guarantee you, when they smiled back at you, the person behind me thought they were smiling at them. And so then they smiled. So it created this smile wave. Let's create a wave of positivity in your group of people that you're around. You can be that person. That is why my Facebook page is called Shining Bright with Meg. That is why my YouTube page is Shining Bright with Meg. Because when you shine, you cannot be negative and shine, by the way. When you shine, it not only supports you in what you want in your life, it also lights a path for others. And it helps them remember that they can too. So laughter, be a positive influence, smile at people. And then let's identify, here's one that's not fun. Let's identify areas in your life that might not be so negative. Take a good look at the different areas of your life and identify the ones in which you tend to be the most negative. If you're not sure, ask a trusted friend or colleague. Chances are they're going to be able to offer some insight. A coworker might notice that you tend to be negative at work. Your spouse might notice you're especially negative while driving. Tackle one area at a time. But the trusted colleague, make sure that when you ask them, you're not and you can, preface it with this. I'm not asking you to critique me. I'm asking you to, if you notice anywhere that I might not be very happy. And so they can share that with you, but be ready to hear it. And remember, set your mindset, because this is for education for you. Don't go instantly to negativity that she thinks you're that way. You're asking her to share that with you. Okay. But if you know where you might be negative a little bit, let's kind of change that, because they're patterns. It's not you. And I want you to hear this. It's not you. It's a pattern that your brain has created to keep you safe. Remember, we talked about you don't live in pterodactyl ages anymore. Your brain can still be on guard about danger, but not your whole life, because we don't live in caves. We don't have to walk from one cave to the other and hope that we don't get picked up by a pterodactyl anymore. So it is not you. It's your brain wiring to protect you. And so now you get to support your brain in wiring in different ways to support you in growing your life, your business, your relationships in a positive manner, and to feel more positive. Start every day with a positive note. Create a ritual each day to start off each day with something uplifting and positive. Here's, a couple ideas. Tell yourself it's going to be a great day. It's that positive affirmation that I was talking about. Listen to a happy, positive song. Okay. We talked about that as well. And share some positivity by giving a compliment to others. And I think that's where I'm going to end this today. Let me make sure. Yeah, I think as far as suggesting is, if you are having a hard time uplifting yourself, why not uplift somebody else, right? Why not give someone a genuine compliment? Because what happens is when you give compliments and when you uplift somebody else, it actually uplifts your positive thinking. Okay, it gets rid of the stinking thinking because you can't be giving someone a compliment and be negative at the same time. So if you're having a hard time giving yourself a compliment, if you're having a hard time to speak positively about yourself, speak positively to somebody else, give them a genuine compliment, and go out and do it like 5 or 6 times. Create a smile wave, create a compliment wave, because let me tell you, when someone tells you you look pretty today, there's more than likely that woman is going to be nice to the cashier at the register. She's going to be nice at the bank. She's going to be nice to her children. When you tell a male figure, thank you so much for opening that door, I really appreciate you, he's going to open more doors for other people. He's going to know that people actually notice things like that. So just give a genuine compliment to the people that are in front of you today. If I can ask one thing, let's give compliments today. Let's be grateful today to yourself, to your spouse, to your community, and let's just start this positive wave. So this has been Motivation Monday. I didn't do a lot of my makeup, so I'm gonna positively tell my husband that I will be done in like 7 or so minutes. So if anybody has any comments or questions about anything that I shared, just definitely hit the thumbs up. Ask questions if you liked this topic. I'm going to be speaking every Monday on here, Motivation Monday. Sometimes it might just be a funny little meme. Sometimes it might be something else, because I know that if I'm going through some other people do too. And it starts with a mindset. I'm going to read some of these comments before we go. Agreed. It was a learned behavior, positively at life, even the hard times. Yes, Kelly. Yes. That's been a hard one for me. Yeah, Nicole, I know, honey. And it's hard for everybody. So, don't beat yourself up about it. Just decide that you're going to change it, and you can. And it's a daily, hour, minute thing. And catch yourself, now that you're aware, you can catch yourself at maybe instantly going to the negative and reframe the thought. So I'm excited. Driving, that's a work in progress. Me too, Kelly. Me too. I'm going to get off here. I'm going to drive somewhere. Someone's going to cut me off, and I'm instantly going to want to talk in tongues and everything else. And since we spoke about this today, hopefully it helps me refrain into a positive mindset and think, oh, wow, they must be in a real big hurry to get somewhere. Hopefully they get there. You know what I mean? So I needed you this morning. Thank you, Meg. You know what, Nicole? I needed you this morning too. So thank you. And I appreciate you. And you just did someone a compliment right there. So thank you. That means a lot to me. One person at a time, right? We can make a difference in this world. So this has been Motivation Monday. I love you guys. If you have any questions, let me know. And have a great day. Bye-bye. Love you.